Welcome to weeks 3 and 4 of our class. I'm here to just give you a brief overview. We're talking about assessment and identification these next 2 weeks. I wanted to read this, and this actually comes from Dr. Linda Silverman, quoting one of her favorite sayings called the sleeping dragon. And so this is one of the reasons why it can matter a great deal to students, regardless of what's happening in their educational experience before and after. If one notices that there's something special about a child and conveys a glint of recognition, the sleeping dragon within may awaken and begin to breathe fire into this little person's soul. And so there's great power in understanding ourselves better, and we've seen a lot of children really light up once they have that self-understanding. Again, regardless of what school they're in, or what programs or plans they're a part of. That's a piece that helps, regardless of everything else. There's a few testing challenges I just thought I would get us started on thinking about as we begin to test learners. So some of you as psychologists, social workers might be doing different types of tests. Those of you in the gifted education realm or supporting in identifying students for potential giftedness are doing other things. But there's real challenges that come up again and again. As a general rule, many gifted children are not pleasers. They might size up the examiner to figure out whether or not, this is the right person or the right time to reveal what they know. Some kids might intentionally give wrong answers to test the waters. Again, these are things that Dr. Linda Silverman talks about a lot. Gifted children also may refuse to respond or give wrong answers if they think a question's too easy or ridiculous. So if you start getting that sense, especially if you're working on one-on-one, you could say something like, what do you think a younger student or a younger learner might give as an answer? To try to see if that's happening, if you start getting that sense. These next 2 weeks, this week we're going to be looking at assessment and different types of assessments, both in DPS and beyond. Ways to identify. The pathways to identification is a DPS specific thing, and it's extremely helpful and will help you as you look at all the different ways that we can identify, and then barriers that we come against. There's going to be some readings each week. You can see this week we're focused on identification and assessment, looking at more equitable assessments as well. Then we're going to look at misdiagnoses, which unfortunately can happen a lot also, including misdiagnoses for things like ADHD, autism, dyslexia, some social emotional disabilities and disorders also. And that doesn't mean, because a student can be twice exceptional, so both those things might be happening, but we also might mislabel students without enough of a gifted background and gifted lens. Our discussion is opening up, today I'm going to open it up and it'll officially start on Monday, looking at what you've already read and experienced, what are barriers that you see, and then how might we overcome those. Remembering we're always posting 3 or more posts, paragraph or more really being robust. Feel free to use outside sources or our sources that we've read as well, and really jump in and respond to one another also. And then our assignments. So week 4, that's not true actually, it's due at the end of week 4. We're going to read some, corrected myself on this last slide. So we have that discussion this week, and then week 4, so the week after this upcoming one, you're going to read a vignette and then choose one to create an assessment and identification plan for a student in order to identify strengths, areas of growth, challenges you might encounter, and again, what types of assessments and planning are we going to come up with for that individual student. We're looking forward to week 3 and week 4 with you, and we'll talk again soon. As always, email anytime if you have any questions or concerns, and we'll be talking again shortly. Bye-bye.